Hello and welcome back to my Immortal. Now, if you weren't here last time, our main character, Ebony, also known as Eneby, also known as Ebony, also known as a bunch of other misspellings, became really self-absorbed and got really sick and tired of how pretty she was and how everyone was obsessing over her. Meanwhile, Dumbledore is trying to convince everybody that he's turned Gothic. But no one's really convinced. Is Dumbledore a poser, or is he actually turned for the more dark side? We'll find out. Chapter 19. I'm not okay, I promise. That's like cry for help status. Author's note.
Please stop flaming the story. If you do, you're a fucking prep and you're jealous. Okay, 1-1. From now on, I'm going to doubt your main reviews. 1-1-1. BTW, ever need a poor blood, so there. Thanks to Raven for the help, 1-1.
This has just been the story with all the author's notes in case you haven't caught on yet. All day, we sat angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to. The MCR concert. It had been postponed so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room, sadly, to cut classes. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was, and he got all mad me, and started crying all hot and angsty.
Ain't sensitive by guys so hot.
No one fucking understands me, he shouted angrily as his black hair went in his big blue eyes like Billy Joe in Boulevard of Borkin Dreams. He was wearing black baggy pants, a black MCR t-shirt, and a black dye.
Get it? Instead of tie, 'cause I'm Gothic.
Well, thank you for pointing that out. I'm sure everyone at home thought it was a fucking typo, you idiot. I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it. All over it. A black leather mini, black high-held boots, and a cross-belly thing. My hair was out up in a messy, really high bun like Amy Lee in Gong Under.
Email me if you want to see the pic.
Accuse me? What about me? I growled. But, he grunted. You fucking bastard, I moaned. No, wait, it's not what it fucking looks like, he shouted, but it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily. Cring. Draco banged on the door. I whipped and wept as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my feces. Like Benji in the video for girls and boys. Just like feces.
Raven, that is so video.
Raven? You're not doing a good job editing this stuff.
I took out a cigarette and started to
smoke pot. Suddenly, Hagrid came. He had apparated.
You gave me a fucking shock,
I shouted angrily, dropping my pot.
WTF do you think you're doing in the girls' room?
Only it wasn't just Hagrid. Somebody else was with him, too. For a second, I wanted it to be Tom Ridd, or maybe Draco. But it was Dumbledore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pulling out his black, wannabe Gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert?
You know who MCR are, I gasped.
No, I just saw there was a concert that a lot of goths and punks were going to, he said. Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you. Chapter 20. Author's note.
I said I don't care what you think. Stuff flaming, okay, preps one. Thanks to Raven for the help. It's not good help because someone has feces all over him now. BTW, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so don't expect updates.
All day, I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black leather mini, a black corset with purple lace stuff all over it, and black gothic compact boots. MCR were gone to the concert again since Volksmort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrists while I moshed to MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and moshing to Fang You for the Venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but sacredly I hopped inside that it was Draco so we could do it again.
What the fucking hell are you doing?
I shouted angrily. It was Lupin.
Are you gonna rape me or what?
I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us all to be careful around him and Snap since he was a pedo.
No, actually.
Get it, hell? No, I don't.
Can I please borrow some condoms?
He growled angrily.
Yeah, so you can fuck your 6-year-old girlfriend, huh?
I shouted sarcastically. Fuker, he said, going away. Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I went. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall, doing it, and Dobby was watching. One.
Give Dobby a sock has a whole new meaning now. Oh my God, you ludicrous idiot!
They both shooted angrily when they saw me. Dobby ran away, crying,
I know that, and I don't blame you, bud.
They got up, though. Normally, I would have been turned on.
Ew, I love seeing guys do it, but both of them were fucking preps. BTW, Snake is moved to Gryffindor now. WTF, is that why you wanted condoms?
I asked sadistically.
See, I spelled that.
Only you wouldn't give them to me, Lumpkin shouted angrily.
Well, you should have told me, I replayed.
You dimwit, Snake began to shoot angrily, and then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me, they both shouted angrily. What was that all about?
It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now, next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So fuck off, you bastards.
I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire looking extremely fucking hot. WTF, where'd Draco? I asked him. Oh, he's being a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come. Yeah, wrong one, Vampire said, shaking his head. You wanna come with me? To the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one on the back said Enemy on it. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there, playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gapsaid, looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco, crying in a corner. Oh. Chapter 21. Author's Note.
Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelled wrong, okay? 'Cause that bitch Raven, 'cause it fuck you, preps. Whoops, says Raven, thanks for the help. BTW, Transylvania rocks, crad. I even got to go to the castle where Chocola was filmed.
I didn't get it either, if it makes it feel any better. Later, we all went in the skull. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. What is a gothic voice? I'm sorry. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch, he shouted angrily. He stated to run out of the place in a suicidal way? I stated to cry, 'cause I was afraid he would commit suicide. It's okay, Enemy, said Vampire comfortably. I'll make him feel better. You mean you'll go fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come, he began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face. I was so turned on because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophone, then fuck off. And then we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invincibility coke. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw Filth come. He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, you preppy little poser son of a fucking bitch, Vampire said under his breast in a disgusted way. Vampire has boobs now. Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Fuck these typos. Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded. And then Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking of the cloak one. What the? He yelled, but it was too late, 'cause now we were ruining away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess though, Draco wept. We went back to our coffins, Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid, see, isn't that depressing, on the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up, and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door, and Fug and the Mystery of Magic walked into the school one. Chapter 22. Author's Note. Shut the fuck up. Preps, stop flaming, okay? If you do not lick it, fuck off. I know it's Mr. Norris, it's Raven's fault, okay, One? You suck. One. No, just kidding, Raven. You fucking rock. Preps suck. One. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Misery of magic should have been what this is called. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. Big surprise. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were B, Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diabolo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that, she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it and black gothic boots that was attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing a black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just likey Gerard Way and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed of all her clearage with a white apron that said Bick and other swear words and MCR lyrics on it, kind of like one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who is Jenny, was there too. She was weaving a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it, and a lace-up top thing and black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turns out that Darkness, Diabolo, Crab, and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrists with a razor. He had raped them and stuff. Before, too. He raped them and stuff. They all got so depressed that they became Gothic and converted to Stanism.
OMFG,
I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all here?
Enemy, something is really fucked up,
Draco said.
Okay, but I need to put my fucking clothes on first,
I shouted angrily.
It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so fucking beautiful,
Draco said in a sexy voice.
Oh, alright, I said smiling, but you have to tell me why you're being all erective.
I will, he said. So, I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. We all went outside the Great Hall and looked in from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt so we could put up our middle fingers at her. Inside the Great Hall, we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there, shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there, too. "This cannot be," she shouted angrily. "The school must be closed." "The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students," yelled Cornelia Fudge. "You are not fit to be the principal any longer," yelled Rumbridge. "You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry, or Voldemort will kill your students." "Very well," Dumbledore said angrily. "But we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school, and her name is Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Ravenway." Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. And this is going to be continued on next time in Chapter 23. Thank y'all for so much for following along so far. I'm glad you're enjoying it, if you are. Feel free to talk about it down there. Feel free to click on something over there, or wherever I'm pointing. And, yeah, I'm going to make another one of these. My voice is getting a little hoarse. Doing long recordings of this stuff can really draw it out of you, but thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.